Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing something a bit different, and we are actually going to be doing some World Cup predictions because it's just around the corner, only 13 days for me. Maybe different if you're in East Asia or, yeah, just in East Asia or the Pacific. But for me, it's 13 days right now. So, yeah, anyway, it's going to be good. And I will talk to you about some other stuff later on in the video to do with the channel. But let's get right into it. This group, Group A, it isn't the strongest group, I'll give you that. But it has got some fairly even teams. Like South Africa, I still think you're going to finish. What? Yes. I still think you just, even though this is fairly even, I don't think you have enough in your squad to top the likes of Mexico, Korea, and Czechia, which is why I'm going to put you in last. But I don't think they're going to get like humbled or anything or any of these games. They could easily get a couple points, and I wouldn't be too shocked. I probably would be, but I wouldn't be like as shocked as if like Qatar got into the top three, or if Tunisia did, or Curacao or Cape Verde did, or Haiti. You get my point, right? So, or even Jordan for that matter, and Iraq especially, that would be a big one, or even Panama. But anyway, yeah. Sorry, again off topic. But these three, I think, are just too strong. This group, I think Switzerland, they are World Cup specialists. They haven't got Shaqiri, which will be a bit sad, but whatever. Canada, Bosnia, Qatar, just even worse than South Africa's squad. Akram Afif, and then what else? But Bosnia, I think they have good enough to get third, definitely, or even second. I wouldn't be surprised if these two, if this was the other way around, and if it was like this, or if it was like that. Any of these. I just still think Switzerland might get 7 points, draw with Canada or Bosnia or something like that. This group, Brazil, they may not be the best. Carlo Ancelotti will sort them out, though. And I think they've got Rafinha. They've got... I don't know why I didn't pick Joao Pedro, actually, but... But they've got Rafinha, Cunha. They've got some proper good players, and I just think it's going to be too good for this group. Morocco, Scotland, and Haiti. I think Scotland will beat Haiti, but Haiti, I wouldn't be surprised. I don't think they're going to get beat comfortably. Unlike most of these teams, they're all going to be fine. Anyway, Group D. Turkey. USA are not topping this. I don't know who thinks they are, but they're really not. Paraguay, USA. I wouldn't be surprised if they finish second, but I think third, which probably will see them get in the playoffs. Australia, they don't have enough in their squad. Germany, I'm just going to do all the easy ones already to predict. Like, honestly, I don't really see there's any way they're not going to finish first. If they don't finish first, it would be an absolute travesty. Honestly, that's the gravity. Group E, Germany, Netherlands, Belgium, anything. Anyway, Germany, too good for this group. Ivory Coast, Ecuador, Curacao, I'm sorry, not good enough. Group F, Netherlands, they're not as good as they once were. They could still have a really good run and get to the final or something like that. I wouldn't be too shocked. But I think they're going to finish first here. Japan, they're really good at the World Cup as well. Honestly, I wouldn't be overly shocked if they finish first. That's not too surprising to me. But Sweden, I think, will just beat Tunisia. But Sweden could easily top the group, or they could finish second. Top three, I think, could easily change around. I think I'll leave it like this, though. Just like second and third in this group. Or even for a matter, New Zealand could put in a shock performance and finish second, third, or fourth. But I just think, other than Chris Wood, there isn't much in this squad. I don't think they're going to get beat comfortably, though, because Belgium aren't the most... They got Lukaku and Doku, but maybe missing some. Maybe missing Luka Bacchio or something like that. Or maybe do they have Openda? Yeah. They've got some more young talents coming in, especially in the attack. I think they got Senne Lamens in the back, so for Man United, the goalkeeper. So yeah, but these two could swap, and if Rwanda plays well or Egypt doesn't play as well, New Zealand could sneak in third. I wouldn't be too shocked. Anyway, Group H: Spain, Uruguay, Saudi. Saudi have a chance of getting to the knockouts, which would be quite surprising. As long as they don't get thumped by Spain, yeah, they could even do an upset against Uruguay because they beat Argentina before on the first match day. So they beat Uruguay, instantly changes the group. It means that they're a lot better third place team if they do finish third, which would mean they probably get through. And that would be a really impressive feat for Saudi Arabia to get through. Anyway, Group I, France, Senegal, Norway, Iraq. Iraq, I feel really bad for you because this is not the group you want to be qualified into for your first World Cup in however many years, right? Just like Curacao or Uzbekistan or Jordan as well. But but this is the worst group to be drawn into for an underdog. It's like, imagine if you put Curacao in here, or even Haiti as well, for that matter. So I do feel bad for both of these two teams. They're not terrible. They're not great, but they're really not like horrific teams like North Korea or anything. So good luck to you guys. It would be cool if you qualified, but I just think these three are too good for you. Austria, Algeria, Uzbekistan, Congo. No, wait. No. Did that wrong, sorry. And Croatia, Ghana. Oh, wait. Not yet. I think Argentina is too good for this group. Austria, they've got a good squad, so I think they'll finish second. Algeria, I could be surprised. I wouldn't be too shocked if they do top Austria, but I think Austria do have a little bit of a better squad. And Jordan, it would be nice for you to qualify, but I just don't think you will. It's a good job for you making your first World Cup, though. Good for you. There's a lot of Middle Eastern teams in this World Cup. It's good. Got Qatar, Iran. That's 2. Saudi, Jordan, Algeria. Well, MENA, and also then you could do Egypt, Tunisia, Morocco. That's 7. That's good. It's good to see a lot of them, especially because I live in this region anyway. So we got Portugal first. There's not much explanation. Same with England in Group L. Second for both these groups, Colombia and Croatia. Croatia are the better team out of the two, but I think anyway. Croatia will finish second in this group. Ghana third. Panama fourth. The bottom two here, the bottom 3, second to fourth. Uzbekistan could shock everyone and finish second or third. I just think the Congo have a pretty good team. So does Colombia, and I think it's just going to be too much for them. Anyway, third place now. Bosnia, Congo, Scotland, Czechia, Norway, Ecuador, USA, Ghana, Saudi, Sweden, Algeria, Iran. Sorry, Saudi. I think you can get destroyed by Spain. 5-0 or something. Sweden. Yep, you've done it. Only because I don't see them losing too badly to the Netherlands, who haven't got a great attack. Like, they're having to rely on Depay still in this age. But anyway, knockouts. Let's go. Germany. Nope. No, I'm not even talking about it. France, I think, will get through. That's already a massive match for round of 16. Korea. This will be a tough game, actually. Really tough game. In LA on Sunday, I'll be able to watch that. It's good. Tough game. I think Korea will just sneak it like they did against Germany. They might be like 1-0, then it'll go 1-1. And then Korea score a 95th minute winner to go into the round of 16. It would be nice. It would be really good for them. But it's really difficult. I do think Korea has a slightly better squad, though. Heung-min Son last minute goal and fans go wild. It'd be really nice, actually. Oh. Every time I've tried to predict this or done this with anyone else, I've always ended up with this game. And it is a really unpredictable game. Because everyone's like, what? Netherlands are easy going to win. But think about Morocco. Semi-finals. Finished 4th last World Cup. You don't even know. You never know. I still think Morocco got unlucky with their draw here. Easily, if you would have placed them here, they would have got to the Netherlands later. Or if you place them in one of these later matches, I could see them going on a longer run. But I just don't think the Netherlands are going to lose. And I think they've just got too much quality from Morocco. Sorry about that. Anyway, this is going to be a tough game. This could be penalties, Colombia, Croatia. Still, Modric in his last World Cup will win them on penalties or something, or extra time. LA Stadium. Spain, yeah. Don't know why it took so long to think about that. Turkey, Bosnia. Rival of the Balkans. Turkey. Sorry, Bosnia. I got you to the round of 32. That's better than nothing. Belgium. That's an interesting match. I would watch that, certainly. Because Turkey could easily get to the quarterfinals with... Oh, they'd lose to Spain, though. Anyway. Brazil, Japan. I am so tempted here to do Japan. Because I look at Brazil, and they're not exactly the Brazil that they were before, and by no means. I don't know much of their midfield. They got Lucas Paqueta, because I remember him from West Ham. But what else? I may be missing someone completely. Probably am. But I just can't think of anyone else as clearly as like most of the other teams. And defensively, they do have a couple good players. And of course, they got the classic goalkeepers at the back. But still, I think they're going to... Japan. They always upset someone. They could easily upset the Netherlands in the group, or they could upset Brazil, which I think is going to happen. And they always do some big upset at the World Cup, and this is going to be theirs. Anyway, Ivory Coast, Senegal. Ooh, I haven't seen this one before, an African battle. Ooh, that's tough, actually. Ivory Coast, Senegal. Senegal. Yeah. The AFCON champions. Morocco, you can't just, sue your way into it. You're not American. Anyway, okay. Mexico City Stadium, Mexico. Sorry, Scotland. This is not any bias against you. I don't hate Scotland. Scotland hates England, but I don't hate Scotland. They haven't really done anything to me, so. England. Can't go. It would be nice to see you, but 3-1? Probably. Anyway, Argentina, Uruguay. Ooh. Argentina. Uruguay just don't scream as much good anymore. So, Argentina get through. Paraguay, Egypt. Egypt. It would be nice for Egypt to get the round of 16. Switzerland and Portugal, yeah. Disappointing for Norway. They would have finished slightly higher, which was second. Senegal. Yeah, you would have got a match with Japan, and they probably could have even gone to the quarterfinals with England. But anyway, that's what we've got here. Now, the round of 16. Germany, France, France. Germany, you've got a good squad, but not as good as France's. Explanation finished. Netherlands, same as Korea. Unlucky. I think it could be. This game screams to me, and it's kind of ironic because they're both like the other versions of each other, but this could be exactly like Japan versus Belgium in 2018 World Cup, when Japan was 2-0 up over Belgium, and Belgium came back to make it 3-2 with like Kevin De Bruyne and stuff. But I think, yeah, Netherlands going to get through. Croatia, Spain. Remember the last World Cup? Or maybe that was the Euros. I think it was the Euros because it was in Germany. Yeah, Euro 2024. Spain destroyed Croatia. They were like 3-0 or something. Croatia didn't look great that Euros, but I think they're going to continue on because I'm pretty sure they did actually keep their manager. So, and their squad is just getting older and older. I may be missing some young talents, but I still think round of 16 is respectable, especially considering the kind of group and draw they've had. So, yeah. And I think they're going to only just narrowly get through Colombia. So, anyway. Turkey, Belgium. I think Turkey. I have nothing against Belgium. I just see, once again, like Croatia, exact same example as Croatia. They got an aging squad, not as good as anymore. They have got some more young players coming through than Croatia, but I could just see the midfield, because their midfield isn't as good as, and the defense is not that great at all. Getting tired. and Turkey with the sub, because they're all mostly young players. I don't really know any old Turkish players, so they're all young and they're going to be doing it. I think they're going to upset Belgium here. Could be entirely wrong. And now Japan Senegal. This is honestly the most hard to predict match of the entire thing. Japan Senegal. Honestly, who would win this? Senegal, the AFCON champions, or Japan, the World Cup specialist? Japan. I've always respected Japan. This is not any bias towards Senegal. I'd be happy to see you go through. I just think Japan, you've got Matoma, all these players up front. I just think they're going to do it. I could see Senegal going through, though. Mexico City Stadium. Be a right hard atmosphere. Oh, it'd be an awful game to play as an England fan. They're going to be shouting and screaming, jumping. It's going to be like... I could see Mexico scoring first, and then England score 2 in the second half, 2-1 or 3-1. Or maybe it's 1-1 at half time, and then we score 2 in the second half. But England. Not biased, but still, look at the teams. England are better on paper, and I think Tuchel's a good manager. I respect him, so I think he's won a Champions League. That's more than Gareth Southgate won with Middlesbrough. So, yeah. Argentina. I'm sorry, Egypt, but there's no more explanation now. Portugal. Look what we've got here. Wow. In Kansas City, of all places on earth, to play this legendary match. Kansas City. Anyway. Boston Stadium. France versus the Netherlands. France. Yeah. Spain, Turkey, Spain. They've already beaten Turkey. Wasn't it either the Euros or World Cup qualifiers? World Cup qualifiers. Spain beat Turkey 6-0, I think. Turkey aren't that bad. I think Spain just were absolutely brilliant. But then Turkey went and won 5-0 the next game against, or 6-1 the next, I don't know, something like that, against Bulgaria. Japan, England, I think we might do what we did against Slovakia in the Euros. Any England fans or anything remembers that? When we were losing for most of the game, and then 90th minute Bellingham goal, and then Bellingham bicycle kick or something, and then he scores another one. Something like that. I think we might not play as well against Japan, especially in Miami Heat. So, yeah. Kansas City Stadium. Oh, why? In the quarterfinals. This should not be the quarterfinal. It should be the semis or finals. It's such a hard game to predict. Argentina, they got a brilliant squad. Julian Alvarez, Sandro Martinez, Lautaro Martinez, Lionel Messi. Di Maria, no, actually. Palacios, Romero. No, Romero might not be playing anyway, so. I look at Portugal, though. I just see more of a unit kind of team. They look more... They've got some brilliant midfielders. Fabian Ruiz, Bruno Fernandes. I just see Portugal, though. Anyway, it's going to be tough, but I think Portugal will narrowly beat Argentina. It will be a brilliant match, though. Everyone will be watching it. Millions or even billions of people will be watching it. Lionel Messi versus Ronaldo in only quarterfinal in Kansas. Come on. Anyway. Or no, wait. Kansas City's in Missouri. Sorry about that. Yeah. We will do some more geography videos. That's actually going to be the next video I record. And you'll see. Maybe. I don't know. Anyway. Dallas. France versus Spain. The hot Texan heat. But these two are adjusted to it, especially Spain. It's already 40 there in Spain, I think. I mean, it's 40 here, so. France, Spain. I did forget to point out, though, that countries like Qatar and Saudi might be more adjusted to the heat, so that could play a benefit for them. So, yeah. Anyway, I do think this actually... this is going to be the match of the tournament. We've already got two mega... we've already got two headline matches with Portugal, Argentina. Argentina, Uruguay. There's already two really big games. Then you got some big games in their own right. Not necessarily headline in terms of millions and millions of people, but millions maybe. But like Germany, France. No, that's a big one. I forgot to talk about that. And also France, Netherlands. But like Korea, Netherlands could be a good game. Netherlands, Morocco could be a really good game. Colombia, Croatia. Croatia, Spain. No, not Croatia, Spain. Colombia, Croatia. Turkey, Belgium. Turkey, Bosnia. Belgium, Czechia. Brazil, Japan. Ivory Coast, Senegal. Most of these bottom parts actually could be really good games, I think. Argentina, Uruguay, Mexico, Scotland. Really good, actually. So. And yeah. Actually, I'm going to leave this one. We're going to do with England, Portugal first. I don't want to sound biased, but still, England, if you look at the squad, they're both England and Portugal roughly equal. I'd say probably equal. England have a better forward line and midfield. And no, we have as good of a midfield as Portugal and a better forward line, but it's just about defense and goalkeeper, which I think Pickford is a better goalkeeper than Costa. Maybe you might not say Pickford, but you've got good other goalkeepers as well. And I think just maybe some penalties or extra time. Sorry, Ronaldo, but England get to the final. And in third place, we'd do Portugal, France, Spain. Oh, these are the two best teams of the World Cup. You look at the ranking, it's first and second, I think. So it's so difficult. This would honestly be a brilliant match to watch. They're always a brilliant match. They're always actually pretty dirty, though, because especially in the World Cup, it's a bit more dirty than club matches. Because, like, playing for your country and especially those country rivalries like Serbia, Kosovo, or Turkey, Greece, Turkey, Armenia, Azerbaijan, Armenia, those kind of things. North, South Korea. It's quite difficult, actually. So, France, Spain. France, they've got an absolute brilliant squad. Cherki, Mbappe, Dembele, Desiree Doué, Barcola, Kimpembe, tons of talent. Maignan in goal, but I just think if you look at the overall squad, Spain, I think they're good on every angle, but France, they have some areas that are better than others. Like they have a better attack than Spain. I'll give them that. Because they've got Mbappe, Dembele, and either Doué or Barcola. So I think that's a better attack than Spain with Yamal and Olmo or Nico Williams. But then Spain have got not as good of a striker. So I think that's already one for France there. Midfield. And I think goalkeeper and defence counts as 3. Or you could say wing backs, centre backs. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Wing backs, centre backs. So, yeah, that's already one for France. Midfield. Fabian Ruiz for Spain. Pedri, Rodri. This is Turkey. Spain, yeah, 1-1. Wing backs. So Spain have got Pedro Porro and Spain 2. Centre backs. Spain 3. Yep, Spain. France. I'm going to feel France versus Portugal, which is a brilliant third place match on its own, 100%. That could deserve its own final itself. So, and Spain, England. Spain. I'm not that delusional. I'm not an American delusional. So I'm not going to sit here and say that, try and make an argument that why England, after losing to them in the Euros, are going to suddenly just beat them. Because I don't think we will. Maybe if we had a... you know? Any of them. I just think Spain are too good for us. And if this was just slightly a different draw, maybe... I think we'd lose to France. No, I think we might beat France. But I think Spain are the best team in the world. And they would win the World Cup. And if we got to World Cup final, I would certainly be happy if we finished second. Because that's the best finish we've had since 1966. Second. Which is disgraceful. It's shocking how that's even... But yeah, anyway. Thank you for watching this video. Make sure to like and subscribe. Goodbye.